Hi, my name is Raphael, and I'm the creator of Terminals and Coffee. I just want to take a quick moment to thank Network Chuck for creating this contest and motivating me to finally create a YouTube video. I'm currently a technical support agent with ambitions of becoming a cloud engineer. So all the content that I create will be related to cloud computing, both Azure and AWS. And out of respect for Network Chuck, I wanted to choose something related to networking today. So I will go over how to create a virtual network within Azure. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I am on a headset and do not have a mic in front of me. And we're going to try to move quickly through this and keep it as simple as we can. So let's begin. Okay, so I was just practicing with virtual networks and machines, so it's going to be listed here. If you don't see it listed in your bar here, you could always go to the search bar, type in virtual networks, and you'll find it there. And we can see virtual network 1 was created earlier, so we're just going to go ahead and move forward. And I already have a subscription and a resource group, so I'm going to go ahead and choose those. I'm going to name this one VNet 2 and keep it in the East region because I am in Florida. And you're going to want to change that to whatever is closest to you. So next is going to be our IP addresses. And they always give us this default IP address, so that's fine. We can just leave it as is. And I'm for the sake of this lab, I'm just going to go ahead and change it to 10.1.0-16. And usually, well, sometimes we also get a subnet created automatically as well. Looks like we can just add it here. And this is going to be default 2, since I already have a VNet created. And so we're going to do 10.1.0.0-24. Those can stay default. I'm going to go ahead and hit add. And that's basically everything we need. We're not going to change anything in security or tags. So we can go ahead and review and create it. Great. So our validation has passed, and now we will click on create. And this may take a few minutes, or as Network Chuck likes to say, this is our coffee break. All right. Done already. So with Azure, it gives us a completion up here. We can go to the resource. Gives us an overview, just to touch on this a little bit. And a enterprise environment, you may just want to double check like resource, which resource group a virtual network is in, or subscription, or so on and so forth. And another thing to add on is subnets. We can add additional subnets here. So out of our, let's see, 60,000, over 60,000 IP addresses are available with this IP range here. And we're only using 251. So if we wanted to use additional ones for security reasons or just to create a different subnet, we could do that as well. So that's just a quick overview. Since that's created now, we're going to go ahead and jump into virtual machines and create our 2 virtual machines back to back. So let's create the first one here. Alright, so same subscription, same resource group. Virtual machine, we're going to get creative, call it VM1. This is important. You're going to want to keep this in the same region. So mine's East. Go ahead and come down, select this data center. Let's go ahead and type in terminals for terminals and coffee. And then we're going to create a simple password just for lab purposes. All right, and let me work on that. We're going to want to remember these because we're going to RDP into them. So that means we're going to want to leave this open here. We're not doing anything with disk, and we're just going to double check our networking, making sure that we are in VNet 2. You can name yours VNet 1. There's no difference really with the name, but you just want to make sure you're creating the virtual machine within this network. Subnet looks good, default 2, basic, and we're not changing anything on any of these, so we can go ahead and review and create. Okay, gives us our cost, and let's go ahead and spin that up and create it. Coffee break. Alright, so that's working. While that completes, we're just going to basically do the same exact thing for virtual machine number 2. Make sure we're in the same subscription, same resource group, and we're going to name this VM2 standard, same image, and you can actually give it the same username and password just to keep it simple. Alright, and we're keeping IDP open. And let's confirm our networking. We actually have to update that here. And review and create. Coffee break. Alright, everything looks good so far. Alright, and we're back after a quick coffee break. So far we created our virtual network and our 2 virtual machines. So we're going to go back in. You can see this one is already running, this one is creating. That's fine. Let's go ahead and RDP into VM1. The way we do that is clicking on RDP, and it's going to allow us to download the file here. And I'm just going to save it to my desktop to make it easier to find. Alright, and now we put in our credentials that we created earlier. Perfect. And while that's working and loading, I'm just going to go ahead back to our virtual machines. This one's still showing creating, and now it's running. And we're going to do the same thing with this virtual machine. Let's download this file, VM2, save to desktop. Great. Oop. Typing too fast. I'm sure that happens to all of us. And that's fine. We're going to hit yes. Alright, and these virtual machines are way bigger than what I thought they would be, so I'll be back. I'm just going to go ahead and format. Alright, now that I've resized my screen recording, you can see we remoted into virtual machine 1 and 2. And now we're going to go ahead and ping them just to test and make sure our network is communicating with no issues. So I'm going to pull up command line on 1. Command line on 2. Alright, so instead of pinging the IP, we can just type in the name of the virtual machine or the computer that you created. So I'm going to go ahead and begin that one. And let's see if it lets us. VM1. And okay, that was actually expected. So this is going to time out. This one's going to time out here. That's perfectly fine. Looks like we're just going to have to go into our settings. And we're going to turn off the firewall on each. So let's go in here, here. So go ahead and turn that one off. And we'll turn the public network off. Okay. And same thing here, private, that's off, public, off. And we'll just go ahead and hit the tab up, start pinging, tab up, pinging. Alright, great. So the purpose of this ping test is just to showcase that our machines are communicating. And now we can build on top of this and go a lot further into just building a virtual network and 2 virtual machines. But appreciate you following along until the very end, and I hope you've learned something.